let go of the things that were said that weren't in alignment with love. Trust what's in your heart and soul. Get very, very, very clear of the dynamic between you and your person. And every time the old story comes up, let it go. I just wanted to share some highlights of an upcoming success story with one of my clients who's manifesting her mirror soul. It was so beautiful to hear the unfolding that she's experiencing right now with her mirror soul. It's been 2 years that he hasn't initiated anything with her. She's been really consistent in letting go of her old story, the old awareness, anything in your life, in your experience, in all areas of your life is always just showing you what your previous beliefs, assumptions, what your old, it's just old energy. It's your old previous habitual conditioning. That's all that it is. It's very triggering sometimes for people, though, because they understandably grew up thinking that reality was fixed and solid and this is just it. And you depended on your programming, your five senses, and the things that were said and done, the things that you experienced, that these things are very solid, that they're very real, they're very final, but it's actually not true at all. Just trust what's in the core of your being and trust that the reality of already being in the relationship with your specific person that already exists because all of creation already existed before you even physically existed. All of creation is done. All potentials already existing right now, your consistency, your dominant awareness is what gives form to the portion of what it is that you want. But if you are consistently aware of your past and the fears, the limiting beliefs, the doubts, the words that were said between you and your mirror soul, your specific person, your true love, if you refuse to let go of the story around the circumstance, then you're the one who is still allowing your previous energetic history, so to speak, your reflection to control you. And then you are simply, it's like you're just copying and pasting it into your current reality. And this loop here that happens to a lot of people isn't fun, but you can change it. But in order to change it, you think that you're needing to change what's outside of you, what's already solidified. That's not what you're doing. It's the physical form out of the infinite that you were energetically trusting, aligned in, believing in, assuming. It is your energetic past. The 3D is always your past showing itself. It's always showing you what you previously believed. So sometimes when somebody is manifesting their true love because they truly deeply love them, the idea of potentially losing this love is very scary. And the reason why it's very scary is simply because of a story that you had, not your fault, that was kind of programmed into you when you were younger. It's not who you truly are. You are divine perfection in human form. You are one with everyone and everything. You are one with God, universe, source, the light, creator. When, I don't know if you guys saw that, but Bella just brought her little stuffed animal boyfriend into her little hut there. Oh, there she goes again. So I want to show you guys something that I manifested at my favorite. It's like a slice of heaven. It's my favorite park that I go to unwind, to decompress, talk about nervous system regulation. The ultimate grounding is tapping into oneness with God, universe, source early on in the morning, then going into the different areas of your life, being grateful for what you presently have in your life, and also nature. Nature is the ultimate grounding and being present in nature, along with allowing yourself to feel that your life is magical, that you are magical, that your love is magical, and your love is magical to your true love, to your specific person. So anyway, the client that I'm going to be creating a video for, she has truly shifted her consciousness in a really powerful way. And her reality is now reflecting that back to her. So before I get further into this, if you do love my content, please do take the time to like, comment, and share. Also, hype the video. Any of those things really does help my channel grow. And I really do appreciate you that for that. And if you want me to be your coach to help you manifest anything in your life related to your true love, your specific person, email a short description to kim@coreunion.com. Go to my website, coreunion.com, book either a single session or a package. My scheduling assistant, Olga, will get back to you with my next available session. Sometimes people ask me, do you coach in other areas as well? My coaching with my clients who come to me to be back together with their true love, with their specific person, always ends up involving their power, a transformation within themselves, their love for themselves, their health, and of course, finances, security, and things like that. I've had clients who have manifested making over $100,000 a month in their businesses. I personally, by the way, just have to say, I know that you might be new to the channel. I was consciously creating in my life decades ago, before YouTube even existed. I wasn't aware of law of assumption. I wasn't aware of any of these catchphrases of Neville Goddard. And I manifested like miracles, what appeared to be like miracles, changes in all areas of my life, $100,000 a month. So I've actually walked the walk and talked the talk before coming on and just repeating information. Once in a while, there'll be a comment that will say something like something, and I just literally block the person because I've already been there and I've done that. I'm teaching from actual real life experience. Anyway, so I've had clients who have manifested $100,000 a month. I've had clients manifesting becoming a millionaire, winning the lottery, marrying their specific person, having more than one property with their specific person, being back together with their specific person after multiple circumstances. I could go on and on. Age differences don't matter. Long distance doesn't matter. Any form of a third party doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. You make something matter, meaning you're the one who makes something matter. So if you continuously stay aware of what it is that you don't want, you're the one that is making that solidify into your 3D experience as matter, meaning a physical form. Out of the infinite, your awareness gave form to exactly what you were fearful of. This doesn't equate to this was your fault. It's never your fault because you weren't intentionally trying to do this to cause yourself physical pain or emotional distress. It's not your fault. But now that you're aware of it, if you continuously feed into your old story, then unfortunately, there's nothing that any coach or any guide or teacher can do for you if you don't do it for yourself. Okay. So that's just the way it is. And I'm not meaning to be harsh with you. I'm really wanting you to experience the love that you deserve, the health that you deserve, the money that you deserve. All right. So my client 2 years ago, she ended up having a very painful experience with her true love, her mirror soul. She had a health situation, and along with the health situation and how it was affecting her brain and her thinking, she was also being influenced by a very toxic religion. Anyway, there was a lot of this stuff and a lot of negativity in her environment, in the community that she was in, very toxic. Her and her mirror soul went through something. She ended up calling her mirror soul a narcissist and saying a lot of very painful things to him, but none of these things were actually true. But she was kind of under the influence of her past fears, this kind of cultish, very negative religion, as well as, so basically, she's listening to her own fears, and she unintentionally is projecting this story onto her mirror soul. So they had a very painful separation, preparation stage, basically. It was weighing heavy on her heart that she realized that he wasn't a narcissist and he wasn't at all what she was under the influence that he was, because of the toxic religion and because of just the stuff that was happening in her brain because of the health thing. She came to the realization through doing the inner work and forgiving herself, forgiving him, and it was still there that she needed to apologize to him. So she did it with love. After 2 years, he texts her the other day, "Why am I having the craziest dreams about you night after night?" And she replies, "I hope that they were good dreams." And he basically said something like, "Oh, you have no idea." Anyway, and then he told her, because she's going through something in her life, he told her that he'll be there for her, not to worry. I think because she started to trust in herself and trust in the love and trust in him more, she let go of this heaviness that she was really blaming herself and feeling very guilty and almost shameful for saying these things to him. So she got in her trust that it was safe for her to apologize, that it was safe. What I believe is that when she started to feel more safe and secure and in trust, then that is happening within him too. While she's knowing, I'm the one and only one, I'm the love of his life, I'm his dream woman, then of course, within him, he's feeling that in the same exact moment, and he's dreaming of her. She even said at one point that one of her imaginal scenes that she really enjoyed was them being together in their home together, living together. And she was putting away something very specific in the cupboards. And I'll only mention it in specifics if she shares it in the email. But so she was imagining seeing herself put something away. At one point during this unfolding that she's in now, he invited her into his home, and she looked at the shelves and she saw the exact things that she was imagining putting away in the cupboards. She saw them in his cupboards, and he hadn't owned these things before. So talk about mind-blowing, a mind-blowing reflection. So anyway, you have to remind yourself that you are much, much more powerful than you ever realized you were. Your imagination is your kingdom of heaven, and what you stay aware of consistently is what gives out of the infinite. It gives form to whatever it is that you are mostly aware of. If you stay aware of your circumstance, then what does reality have to show you? If you stay aware of your fears and your insecurities, then what does reality have to show you? Your reality won't change unless you change. This is always the way it's going to be. It's always the way it's always been this way. So, you've always been experiencing in your reality your past energetic history, conditioning, belief system, assumption. Call it whatever you want. That doesn't matter. And you always will. So let go of the things that were said that weren't in alignment with love. Trust what's in your heart and soul. Get very, very, very clear of the dynamic between you and your person. And every time the old story comes up, let it go. Recognize it was just an old story. It was just my manifestation. It doesn't matter. It doesn't define me. It doesn't define us. It doesn't define our relationship or our life together. My awareness, my trust, my faith, my knowing is what creates my life's experience. This is always going to be the case. I know and I intend that this helped. Affirm down below. I trust that our love exists and that our love is harmonious, stable, and secure. And reach out to me if you need me. I love you so much. Have an amazing day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.